Alright, what is going on, boys? This is going to be a little bit of a weekly review. Also, I did not put out a market recap video for Friday yesterday. Today is Saturday for me. So I didn't take any trades. Actually, I'm on TradingView right now, but just to pull up the top step so that we can see the balance has not changed. And I actually had this marked out because we were just chopping in a huge range for the past couple weeks. But anyways, so my first losing week since coming back and making videos, and since being on this new fresh XFA, you can see the balance is at 1100, and yeah, first losing week. It's never fun. This week was it was definitely the toughest week of the year in my opinion, just because it's a short week, and there was minimal opportunities, and then I took one loss, one trade, one loss, and that's it. So yeah, mindset going into, well, first of all, coming in reviewing Friday real quick, I wanted us to continue to sell off lower. We come into the market open right around here, and my bias is pretty short and simple. I wanted to see us continue lower past these lows and to this daily low potentially. And obviously we did not get that. We ended up sweeping it and then pumping higher, and then there was some sort of Trump tariff news that came out, and you can see in a span of 3 minutes we literally pumped 230 points right here. And believe it or not, I was sort of debating on taking a long trade right there. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because we started to sweep lower. We swept this low and started to absolutely pump higher. We have a high here and a high here. So we come down, sweep the low, and at this point in time, this 15-minute candle is insane. This is a 220 point 15-minute candle, sweeping the low and just pumping higher. Market opens. Yeah, that was the first candle of market, the first 15 minutes of market open. So I'm like, okay, like, I wanted to be bearish. My bias was obviously, like, it's obviously not going to play out after getting that insane of a pump. Where is the market going to go? And then we had these low resistance highs here, stacked highs, high here, high here, high here. So even though the higher time frames were bearish, in my opinion, cannot ignore that 200 point candle, which also swept the low. So I'm like, okay, if we get a nice pullback and a flip, like, I'm willing to enter. And then we ended up edging this 5-minute fair value gap, which I wanted to see get tapped. So I wanted to see us come down and tap this 5-minute here. There was also a big 1-minute fair value gap that I was looking to potentially, if we got good displacement from it, I was probably going to take a trade there. And then we ended up closing below it. So I'm like, okay, at this point, I want to see us come down and tap the 5. We edged the 5, never tapped it. ES tapped a small 5-minute, I remember, at the very exact same time. So I was kind of iffy. And at this point in time, I was like, okay, I'm willing to take the trade. And then this next candle opened, came down, and I literally had my cursor over the market buy. I ended up not hitting it, and then literally 2 seconds later, this candle shoots up, takes this draw, and is already halfway to the next draw in liquidity. Like, this was an insane news type candle. So if I had taken a trade, it would have played out very, very nicely. But for the reason I was sketched out is because we hadn't tapped the 5 and we already inverted the 1. So ended up not. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, this candle here was, like, my charts froze when this candle opened up. Like, halfway through, my charts froze. This candle comes down. It on M and Q, it swept. Jeez. M and Q, it swept this internal high in like half a second, and then closed up here. So I was already sketched out by that. It was just a bunch of very, very volatile candles. So I was sketched out a little bit. That's why I didn't enter. Was literally about to enter, and before I could even blink, we're already up here. So besides that, after that happens, like after NQ is trading like a meme coin, essentially, and we've already taken these highs, it's like, okay, I'm logging off the charts. It looks like we did end up coming up and taking this eventually, but yeah, I just logged off. It wasn't worth even trying to attempt to trade after that. And so that was Friday, so no trades for me. And then just looking at the week as a whole, or since last Thursday, this has been kind of brutal price action. I'm not going to lie. We keep on faking if we're going to go lower. No, we're going to come back up and rebound to the daily, and then we're going to fake lower and then come back up. What are we doing? Just a whole bunch of nothing, and essentially that's a low opportunity week. And so, yeah, down on the week, and just trying to keep my head on straight, and realize that I'm at a point right now where this payout will be secured if I just execute 2 days in a row. Just 2 days in a row. 2 good trades, and I will have my winning days, and I will have enough balance to request a decent payout for having one account. So, like, I'm not trying to think too much about the numbers. Really, I'm just trying to execute and hammer the inputs, like I've been saying since coming back to making these videos. Just hammer the inputs and just focus on being the best trader that I can be each and every day, and not worry about the outcome, and then eventually everything will play out how I want it to. So that's my mindset coming into the next week. It's never fun to have a losing week, but like I said, limited opportunities. Only took one trade. It was one loss. It was a loss that I could have avoided. Yeah, so what can you do, right? All I can do is just move forward and have a positive mindset, and realize that I'm a good trader. I know how these markets move. I have years of market experience under my belt, and it all comes down to just avoiding the losses that I know to avoid. And that's it. That's it. So that's kind of the recap video. I just wanted to put out a video because I didn't make one yesterday, and right now, higher time frame wise, I wanted to be short, but we've literally been chopping since September. So at this point, it's like, I don't know. We're just gonna have to play on the lower time frame draws. We've now come up and inverted this daily for value gap on NQ. Like I said, I would love to sell off. Low resistance, low, low resistance, low, low resistance, low. More lows down here. I would love to just get a sell-off in the equities. Maybe that comes this week. Who knows? But if not, if we've inverted this daily for value gap, then what can we do? All we can do is target the next high time frame high, which would be this right here. And that's really all we can do when the high time frames are chopped like this, is just play towards the next logical high time frame draw on liquidity, not get too cute trying to predict exactly where and what the market's going to do on the daily time frame, right? So playing to the next 1 hour, 4 hour draw with, and so like, yeah, so that's really the only mindset going into next week. At this point in time, I would be bullish if the market opened right now towards these highs. If not, and we start to make our way lower, great. I would love to just sell off, like I said, and target these high time frame lows. We'll just have to wait and see what the market looks like on Monday. But that's the recap. That's my mindset coming into this next week. Yeah, just gonna take the weekend to take a breather, reflect once again on my losing trades, because they're all very, very similar. They're very, very similar. And if I can just avoid those, I know how to execute on the good days, right? Just avoid the bad days, and everything will be fine. It sounds simple, but that's the game plan. That's the mindset coming into this next week. I hope y'all had a good week of trading. Mostly, like, I just hope y'all you protected capital. That's really what this week was about, was just protecting capital and not getting chopped up. And I did a pretty good job of that 3 out of the 4 days. So I will see y'all on Monday, and hopefully we can get this payout. So yeah, man, I will see y'all. Peace.